welcome to edura.co.in. In the last class, I have taught you about the wastewater. Now, I will start the topic after that. So, I think my screen is completely visible for you all. So, let's start. Okay, so this is water, our lifeline. So, actually, basically, why do we need water is a very big thing, very important thing. But these requirement of water is a topic already discussed in the chapter called water. So now, what are the next topics? It is basically for our revision, what are the uses of water in our daily lives? It is cooking, then washing, then bathing, then drinking. Cooking utensils, washing clothes, then bathing, then drinking water, then using everything. These are all the uses of water in our daily life. Okay, so this is why the United Nations proclaimed the period between 2005 to 2015 as International Decade for Action on Water for Life. Okay, so it is not only to preserve water but to clean the water and use it for our future generation, which is very much essential. We will not get clean water and our future generation will also not get clean water. So these are our requirements. So now the next slide is about what is sewage. The wastewater from our houses, from industries, from hospitals and from other sources is termed as sewage. So when it is houses, industries, hospitals and the industrial areas, the real estates, everywhere the water which we get is the wastewater. Okay, so basically in the wastewater, when the rainwater flows and the rainwater when it gets accumulated in the drain, and if the rainwater gets mixed with the sewage and also the sewage will flow, that is also completely impure or polluted water. Any liquid waste can be termed as sewage. Whatever liquid waste it can be, it is called sewage. Okay, so in the sewage there are impurities or there are pollutants which pollute the water and get it converted into wastewater. So these substances are called contaminants. What are they called? Contaminants, as they contaminate the water. So these impurities are called contaminants as they contaminate the water. Now, what are the organic impurities? It is human feces, animal waste, oil, urea, herbicides, fruit and vegetable waste, etc. Now, inorganic impurities, we have three main, that is nitrates, phosphates and metals. Nitrates, phosphates are often released by the fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Now, what is bacteria? Bacteria are the microorganisms which lead to the diseases called cholera and typhoid. These are the microorganisms which lead to the diseases called cholera and typhoid. Then what are the other microbes? Whatever other microbes are present, they will cause dysentery. What will they cause? Dysentery. Okay, now water freshens up an eventful journey. So, the first one in the first topic in the water freshens up an eventful journey is sewers. So, what are sewers? Sewers are the large and small pipes that are installed in building to carry sewage water. Okay, so these are the large and small pipes which are completely installed in the building to carry the sewage water. Now, what is sewerage? A network of transport system consisting of sewers is called the sewerage system. First, sewer is the large or small pipes which are installed in the buildings. But what is sewerage? The network of all transport system consisting of sewers is called sewerage. Now, What is it does? It carries the sewage water from one point, that is from the initial point to the final point where it can be purified. That means it carries the sewage from our houses to the wastewater treatment plant. Now, basically, it consists of manholes at every 50 to 60 meters. That is not required. Okay. So now, the next question is, sewage is wastewater generated from houses, industries and hospitals. Yes, it is true. Let's check. Exactly, it is true. Now, domestic wastewater does not contain microorganisms. False, because it also contains microorganisms. Yes. Now see, this is the wastewater treatment plant which is visible over here. This is the complete treatment plant. This is how the wastewater comes out. See, this is residential wastewater, business wastewater, wastewater treatment facility, and how it is purified over here. We will proceed in the next slide. So, see, wastewater treatment plant. It is a very, very, very important topic which you must know in order to proceed further. So, in the wastewater treatment plant, we have the first topic called separation of large objects from sewerage water. What happens in this topic? Here, in the first tank, I will give you the example of the tanks which I have added. See, so this is the separation of large objects. So here this is the bar screen. What is it? Bar screen. So in the bar screen, whatever large objects are present, let it be sticks, cans, rags, then cardboards, etc. When this bar screen, when this comes out of this screen, it does not pass away. It gets saved over here. Why? Because in this bar screen, it is very much, the nets are very small in size, so that the large objects will stay over here and the remaining wastewater can proceed to the next tank. So the first step is the bar screen, or it is the removal of large objects. It can be the plastic bottles, the cans, the plastics, the polythenes, the bags, the rags, the cardboards, anything, sticks, all these cannot pass through the bar screen because the bar screen is of very much small nets. Then the next tank is the grit and sand removal tank. What happens? When the wastewater will pass from the bar screen to the grit and sand removal tank, it will get settled or suspended down. It is left in order to have the process of sedimentation. So what will happen? The sand and grit will get settled down. See, in this way it will get settled down. So from this settled down, from this tank, again I will show you that. Yes. From this tank, what happens? As I have told you, the feces or human shits are always floating above the ocean. So what happens? Same case happens in the wastewater treatment plant. So these sheets keep on floating. So these sheets are taken out with the help of clarifier or skimmer. It is taken out with the help of scraper or skimmer. Okay. So after that, what happens? It passes through the first sedimentation tank. So first sedimentation is somewhat of this shape. It is slopy below. Why it is slopy below? When the wastewater passes from the grit and sand removal tank to the sedimentation tank, it is allowed to settle at some time. For some time, then what happens? In the slopy bottom, the sludge gets saved. And what is sludge? Sludge is the feces which are allowed to settle down. So from there, the sludge is directly sent to the digester tank, from where it is getting converted into electricity, manure or biogas. Okay, so here what and how this sludge gets decomposed in the slopy portion, because of the action of anaerobic bacteria which does not need oxygen to act on the wastewater. Now after this, the wastewater, see, after this there are completely suspended waste which are completely soluble in the wastewater. So after that they are passed to the aeration tank. These are the suspended wastewater which passes to the aeration tank. In the aeration tank, compressed air is given. And what happens with the help of compressed air? With the help of compressed air, the bacteria, the aerobic bacteria activates themselves. So as the compressed air is going on, aerobic bacteria means what? They need oxygen to reproduce. Anaerobic bacteria means they do not need oxygen. But aerobic bacteria means they need oxygen. So as they reproduce very fast, after this aeration tank, the wastewater passes to the second sedimentation tank. In the second sedimentation tank also, the bottom is slippery or slopy. What happens? As the bacteria keeps on reproducing, then so many bacteria are formed. As a result, what happens? The bacteria will start reacting in the water and it will convert the suspended solids into sludge. Again, from that, the sludge is directly passed to the digester tank and it can be used to obtain biogas, manure and other particles like electricity, fertilizers. We get many things because it is very helpful. After that, the water is purified water and it is then sent to the sewage pond, and after that it is discharged to the rivers. What happens in the sewage ponds? In the sewage pond, beside the sewage pond, we plant eucalyptus trees. Why? Because they will absorb the dirt, waste or germs. Okay. So now the chemical treatment of wastewater. See, the sewage water is completely poisonous for us, maybe chemically, physically, biologically, everything. So how it is removed? It is removed by the help of chlorine and chlorine and ozone, my mistake, which are the disinfectants. It is removed with the help of chlorine and ozone, which are the disinfectants. Now, chlorine and ozone purifies the water. So, this much in today's class. Please subscribe eduragen.co.in for more of these interesting videos. Till then, bye. Take care.